If you ask anyone about the best time management technique, chances are they will point you toward the Pomodoro technique. But is there actual science behind it? Why is it so popular? And most importantly, why might it not be the best fit for everyone without some tweaks? Not the best fit? I have been told on TikTok that it will get me from 55% to 90%. On TikTok? Why do you even care about time management tips? Because I have 24 hours deadline for my presentation and I cannot focus at all. Don't worry, we'll finish this fast. This is Saif Ahmed, a medical student, and joining me, my fluffy friend, John the Hater. Let's begin with the origins of Pomodoro. The technique was developed in the 1980s by Francisco Cerello, a student at the University of Rome. He used a tomato-shaped kitchen timer, hence the name Pomodoro, to break his study sessions into 25-minute sessions with 5-minute breaks in between. And after the fourth tomato or Pomodoro, he will have an extended break for about 30 minutes. But did you know why that 25 minutes was chosen? Because it's the ideal? Well, no, it was just the maximum time that the timer could be set for. The idea was to reward himself every 4 small sessions with an extended break to stay motivated, but the real question here is, does this method always work? Though it gained popularity without a solid scientific basis, many people found it helpful, including students and professionals. So before we get into the downsides, let's cover some of its benefits. Number 1. Motivation to start. Telling yourself it is just 25 minutes can make daunting tasks seem more manageable. This is particularly effective for combating procrastination. Check the description for more research and articles on this topic. Number 2. Time pressure. Setting a timer pushes your brain to focus on the task, helping you finish within a determined time. This can reduce distractions and even become a challenge to yourself. Number 3. Attention residue. According to studies, some of your focus remains on the previous task when you switch to a new task. And the Pomodoro breaks helps clear that, allowing you to start afresh on the next task. But let's get real. Despite its advantages, the Pomodoro technique isn't flawless, but to understand its flaws, we need to explain two core scientific concepts. Number 1. Attention span. The time you take to gather your mental resources and enter the flow state and get out of it. Oh, what is that flow state? This is the second important concept. Flow state is the hyper-focused state, which is also called hyperfocus, but flow state is the name used in most of the research I've read. It happens when distractions fade and you are fully immersed into your task with all your senses. Achieving and maintaining this state varies by environment, task, and even the time of day. For instance, I can focus for over an hour at dawn without needing a break, but my midday, half an hour is my absolute limit. Therefore, using the basic Pomodoro setup might end up breaking my focus prematurely. After making these concepts clear, we can now talk about the shortcomings of the Pomodoro technique. Number 1. Fixed time intervals. The 25-minute sessions aren't always ideal for every task or time of day. Number 2. Break duration. While a shorter break is beneficial, it is challenging for many to stick to it, especially if you take the break on your phone. 3. Interrupting deep focus. Sometimes it takes me personally most of the 25 minutes to get into the state of deep focus or flow. Stopping for a break might disrupt this and waste time. Now it's time for two famous modifications, and then I'll mention some points from my personal experience. Number 1. Flowmodoro. Instead of using a timer, use a stopwatch to see how long you can stay focused. Once you lose your concentration, check the stopwatch and take the time divided by 3 or 4 and use the result as time for your break. My problem with this method is that it removes the time pressure, and I am not sure if that is only me, but I need to feel really pressured to be productive. I can relate. If you feel the same, leave a comment below. But the Pomodoro is still worth a try. It helps you understand how long it takes you to focus and what your ideal work time is. Number 2 is Animedoro. Set a timer for 50 minutes, an hour, or even longer, followed by a 20-minute break, the length of an anime episode. Pros: it gives you more extended work periods, though we shouldn't use fixed intervals. And the second advantage, it is hard for me to stop the break at a specific time if I will scroll on my phone. So you feel more in control over your time if that break is that 20-minute episode. The main disadvantage is the attention residue. Even though you might find yourself motivated and want to finish fast to watch the next episode, but you will find yourself thinking about the episode that you have just watched. How can they win this? Will he really die? Instead of focusing on work, which can disrupt the flow. My personal tips. Number 1. Try Flowmodoro first. This helps you learn your focus patterns and adjust accordingly. Number 2. Set small goals for each session. Push yourself to finish a certain number of pages or tasks, utilizing this time pressure to finish within the determined time. Number 3. Take proper breaks. One of my main problems is that I would always grab my phone, scroll on social media, or play a game. So when I come back to study or work, I would have a large attention residue, still thinking of what I have just seen. So avoid using your phone or social media during those small breaks, as they can make refocusing difficult. Instead, you can meditate, stretch, or just mentally review what you have just completed. Number 4. Use timer apps with a feature to customize the duration of your work and the break intervals. For example, an app like Ambi that I discovered by accident when I was looking for an app to play some background sounds. And that's how Pomodoro technique isn't the best fit for everyone despite its many benefits. And remember, those tweaks are not magic solutions, but can really enhance your focus if done correctly. Finally, help us post more misses by liking the video and subscribing, and Joan, you can go back to work.
The truth is, there's so much more. Got the faith nominees on the scene, ready to shine. The scientific knowledge gonna blow your mind. Subscribe to the Dr. Seth Yamini channel.